the guest peed in the bed, an adult, and not only urinated in one of our beds, covered it up with a duvet and left and did not say anything. It is super easy to automate your Airbnb business, and the 3 pillars to automate your Airbnb business are: 1, I'll do you a solid and share some of the things that we do to upcharge our guests, but not in a malicious way. I promise you, if we can do it, you can do it too. Well, hello everybody, and thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I love that I have the opportunity to share more with you about my experience as an Airbnb host. We've been on Airbnb now for a little over a year, and within a month we were able to achieve super host status. So as a super host on Airbnb, I'm gonna share some of the pros and cons, as well as some tips and tricks in growing a successful Airbnb business. Hey guys, I'm so excited to be filming this chit chat while I sit here and give you guys a bit of a cheat sheet as it relates to the Airbnb business. I'm gonna do my makeup because I am getting ready to film another video. The first pro that I will mention is how good it feels to know that you are providing a service that people actually enjoy. You are providing an experience that your guests would enjoy, but you'll only feel that way if you genuinely enjoy the hospitality field. If you enjoy providing a really good service, then you're going to really enjoy being on Airbnb. And of course, I'll pop up a few of the reviews that guests leave us on Airbnb. This is really what it's all about. Reviews, 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 good reviews, great reviews. That's the reason why we were able to gain superhost status within the first month, and we've held our superhost status. Now, the first con of this video is going to be your guests will not treat your Airbnb, your apartment, your home the way how you would. So you really have to manage your expectations. There are days when, we get reports from our cleaners, the guests left the Airbnb in great shape, and then there are days when you find that the guest peed in the bed. I know, an adult, and not only urinated in one of our beds, but covered it up with a duvet and left and did not say anything. So imagine my surprise when I go to strip the bed and realize the duvet to the sheets to the fitted sheet to the mattress cover stinks of urine. Which brings me to my next pro. The Airbnb platform does a really great job in supporting their hosts. If I should file a complaint and send the necessary evidence to show that damages were made, we need to charge for additional cleaning or whatever it may be. The process to make the necessary report is super easy. The Airbnb cover program, if the guest does not fully pay or partially pay for the repairs or for the damages, Airbnb will step in and cover the damages made. Honestly, I love that. It makes me feel even more secured to know that we are protected in that type of way. Another pro, and I think this might be my favorite pro, it is super easy to automate your Airbnb business. And I'll tell you how. The 3 pillars to automate your Airbnb business are: 1, finding the right supporting team, cleaner, maintenance guy, plumber, building a good relationship with your team members, with your staff. For example, we have great communication and a great relationship with both our cleaners. They are familiar with each other as well. So if there should be anything that pops up or anything that needs to be quickly taken care of, we know that we have people on our team that will help us to manage the business. The next would be an automated lock. You have no idea how helpful having an automated lock is. 1, you don't have to worry about your guests losing keys or locking themselves out. And 2, you're able to set individual codes for each guest, for your cleaners, for your maintenance guy. So if anything should go wrong, you know who should be held accountable. There have been cases where we had to have a random service member to check on our internet connection. We live in New York and our Airbnb is in Pennsylvania, so we can unlock the door or just provide them with their own code. The same thing happened when we had some issues with the fireplace, and given the fact that the fireplace is one of a big selling feature of our house, we had to call up a fireplace maintenance company. they went out to the house, we were able to either unlock the door or provide them with their own code to have that taken care of. As you start hosting and as you get to know how guests interact with the space, you will know the type of supporting staff that you're going to need to have on hand or on call to rectify anything that could possibly happen. The next and final pillar that you're going to need to have is user-friendly check-in and check-out instructions. We have our check-in and check-out instructions on automation. So once someone books with us, they'll get a thank you for booking with us message, and it lays out everything that the guest needs to know prior to their check-in. And then once it's time for checkout, there's an automated message that is sent to the guest laying out all the checkout instructions to make their checkout process seamless. And honestly, once you have those three things, great supporting team or staff, an automated lock, and user-friendly check-in, check-out instructions, you can run your business from anywhere in the world. Everyone that thinks about Airbnb thinks about passive income. I would necessarily call it passive income because I like to be involved. But if that is not your goal, you can automate your business and benefit from that passive income to prepare yourself for the inevitable slow season. Certain parts of the year that is going to be slow. What I advise that you do in your slow season is to use that time to update your Airbnb. You never want your Airbnb to get run down. So a lot of maintenance that we may have, a lot of things that needs to be repainted or changed out, inventory. We use our slow season to take stock of the Airbnb, what it needs, what needs to be maintained, what needs to be updated to get prepared for the high seasons. Speaking of the high seasons, which is a pro, for example, for us at Mountain Getaways, our high seasons are in the summertime and the winter time. That's where we'll have most of our bookings. There are months in our peak season where we are fully booked, where it's so hard for us to carve out, time for ourselves to enjoy the space, because as much as it's a business, it's also our first home. We've renovated and put so much work into it, so of course we want to enjoy it as well. We like going up with our friends and with our families, but honestly, that's a blessing. I'm not mad at it. Personally, we don't allow anyone to book more than 14 days. We are trying to ensure that no one can move into our home and decide not to move out, because that is a real thing. A precautionary measure that we've taken is ensure that we just stay within the 14-day window, and it's been working out perfectly for us. We'll have guests that will book an entire week, and then we have those more common weekend trips. To be honest, the weekends is really where we make most of our money because we upcharge for the weekend. During the week, we will adjust the prices to encourage people to check in midweek, but on the weekends, Friday through to Sunday, there's an upcharge. And honestly, that's something that I'm very happy that we do. I'm happy that we've learned the platform so well. We've learned the system so well to capitalize on our peak season. I'll do you a solid and share some of the things that we do to upcharge our guests, but not in a malicious way. We're not trying to empty our guests' pockets. But for example, if a guest reaches out and says they're celebrating a birthday or we're celebrating a special occasion, we have a service where we can buy flowers or a cake or wine or, help to make that experience a little bit more enjoyable. And we'll charge an additional fee to provide that service. But let's say someone is celebrating a special occasion and it's not within their budget to pay for an additional package, we still offer them a complimentary bottle of wine. That helps to solidify your Airbnb as somewhere special. They're going to not only leave you a great review, they're going to tell your friends about it, and more than likely, they are going to come back. I really would like to know if you've ever thought about having an Airbnb. Feel free to drop any questions you may have in the comments. I would love to talk to you guys more about the topic. This is clearly something that I'm passionate about. We've been so blessed and so lucky to the point where we can now list another Airbnb, which brings you to my last and final pro of being an Airbnb host. The Airbnb business model is very easy to replicate. Once you've automated your business, you've gone through the process and the procedures that you need to create and build. You've done it once, you can replicate that business model over and over and over. That's what I love about Airbnb or short-term rental. Whether you're using Airbnb or you're using Verbo or you're using Booking.com, we use most multiple platforms to book our guests, but Airbnb is our most successful platform. 2024 was such a blessing because we were able to automate our business so soon. I promise you, if we can do it, you can do it too. You don't have to buy a house to get started. You can do rental arbitrage, which is another Airbnb model. That is something that we did consider. That's something that we've done plenty of research on. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you do not miss whenever I post another video. And until next time, love you, bye. Falling for you, I can't keep away.